Thank you so much, Your Excellence, for affording us this opportunity to speak to you ahead of the SADC of State and Government Summit that will be held next month here in Harare. My name is Norman Mchema from Star FM.
So our relationship comes from very far, and it has been growing from strength to strength. And this has got a lot of manifestations. Remember last year we were hit by Cyclone Freddy, and the first respondent was the Republic of Zimbabwe. And we really thank His Excellency the President, Comrade Dr. Zim Malawi, for his efforts in alleviating the people's suffering in Malawi at that particular time. I will not go into details of explaining how he assisted us, but it was enormous.
Okay, yes. Still on that issue for Zimbabwe and Malawi being one, the Malawians and Zimbabweans have shared history with the nationals of both countries actually living in peace and harmony together. What lessons can be learned from such harmonization?
The lessons are many. I think first, let me start by saying that we are 6 million Malawians here in Zimbabwe. And I think before even I go further, let me also extend my sincere gratitude to the Republic of Zimbabwe, this second republic, for assimilating some of those Malawians into now Zimbabwean citizens. So our relationship, as I've said, is not even a relationship. We cannot explain the relationship. We are one. We are one.
So, in your opinion, how is Zimbabwe's involvement in SADC help to build a strong SADC future?
Zimbabwe's involvement in SADC, I think, both geographically, politically, Zimbabwe is the heartbeat of this region. One, I can say, on infrastructure-wise, all the main roads connecting the region pass through Zimbabwe. Our main corridors for supplies and everything passes through Zimbabwe. So we all rely on Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is our heartbeat. So the importance of Zimbabwe here cannot be, as I've said, cannot be overemphasized. Zimbabwe is just our own, it's our own body. That's why we say when we are talking about these illegal sanctions, that these illegal sanctions are not only penning Zimbabwe, they are penning the region, because we are at the, Zimbabwe is at the core. If Zimbabwe is crying, everybody is crying. If Zimbabwe is suffering, everybody is suffering. I can take a good example of this unfortunate situation of El Nino. Zimbabwe is a food basket. And once Zimbabwe is hit, the whole region is hit. So like this year, there's nobody who can say, where are we going to run to? We can't run to Zimbabwe to say, give us food, there's a problem all over. So Zimbabwe is such an important part of this region, to the extent that you cannot ignore it. Anything that happens in Zimbabwe affects everybody in the region.
So what does it mean, Your Excellency, for Zimbabwe being the host of this SADC summit, and what are your expectations?
We are all very, very happy to see Zimbabwe taking over the mantle of leadership of Southern. And we know with the dynamic leadership of His Excellency the President, Comrade Dr. Zim Malawi, he will move the region, the body into a different entity right now. You see, look at the examples that are happening around the continent. Look at West Africa. The West African COMESA, ECOWAS is almost collapsing now because of lack of leaders who have got vision, who have got cooperation in their minds, because they want to work individually. So coming in of Zimbabwe as a chair, we see Zimbabwe, as I've already said, that Zimbabwe is like a heart of this region. It's easier for His Excellency to coordinate all of us. And it's unfortunate that this maybe rotational presidency is only 1 year. I wish it would have been going maybe up to 3-4 years, so that the chairs can project their view, their strategies, and strategies can be worked through.
some of the constructive approaches that can be taken by SADC member states to grow their economies?
I think there's many. Looking at, I can just start from the preparation of the SADC summit here in Zimbabwe. We have seen infrastructure development that is unprecedented. It is so unprecedented in the fact that by the end of all this development that are happening here, Harare will not be the same. Zimbabwe won't be the same. So we are here to learn a lot from Zimbabwe. And the hosting of this year's summit here in Zimbabwe is an eye-opener to most of our leaders. They will see what determination can bring. And that mantra of saying, it has actually manifested itself. I wish I was allowed to go around with the camera and take some of the projects that are taking place right now. I'm convinced and I'm happy to see that most of the people who are doing the projects are not foreigners, they was locals. So the president is right. He says, you can build your own state by your own country, your own people. Yes.
Still an issue for infrastructure excellence. Okay, let's cascade into the community.
Issue of infrastructure is one of the most important issues that our leaders should look into it. As we say, as a region, we need connectivity. And what Zimbabwe has started is just to show the region that anything is doable. We can connect each other and be comfortable. You know, it's a nightmare when you're traveling in some parts of the region. The roads, you look at the roads, and the way we rely on our infrastructure, looking at the way the infrastructure is now, the state of the infrastructure in the region is not up to standard. And I think the leaders should borrow a leaf from what Zimbabwe is doing. Because SADC needs infrastructure, and infrastructure will drive industries. Because you can produce and have nowhere to go with your products. We need, if we produce, we should be able to move our products all across the region. And Zimbabwe has just started that, and we have witnessed it with our own eyes.
So in your own view, Excellence, how can the Zimbabwe open for business policy be operationalized in the SADC region?
Actually, when I hear that mantra today, I come like, it makes me very happy, because I happened to be here in 2017 when the mantra came into being with the second development. And it was like, maybe let's watch and see. But I've seen the fruits that this engagement and re-engagement has produced, not only for Zimbabwe, but for the region as a whole. Because now, you see, everybody wants to invest in the region now. And suffice to say that this so-called illegal sanctions is paining us. It's all our prayer that this animal called illegal sanctions should go. Once this thing is gone, the issue of engagement will not be even an issue, because people are already engaging us. People are engaging us and are engaging the region, and which is a very exciting something that I never expected when the mantra came in, that it will bear these fruits. So this idea, or I can say the strategy of engaging and re-engaging, has really benefited the region. Not Zimbabwe alone, but the region. The region is now open and everybody is now flocking to the region for investments, both in mining, industry, tourism, and so many and so forth. Yes.
So still on engagement and re-engagement issue, in terms of regional integration, there's so much potential, especially with the vast markets that are on offer. How best can SADC leverage on its diversified products to lift trade and the lives of its citizens?
Yes, if you look at the products amongst our states, we are producing a lot, but because we are lacking in the industries, it's difficult to patent our goods, it's difficult to brand our goods. As a result, the people who are benefiting from this, I'm happy because it's benefiting the grassroots people, the SMEs, small scale entrepreneurs are the ones benefiting a lot. What we need now, and what I would like to see my leaders doing, is to make this form so that the governments also should benefit, apart from the people themselves. I'm happy that it's benefiting the grassroots people, because you'll find a lot of rice from Malawi and Zimbabwe market, which the government doesn't even know that the rice is coming from Malawi. And then who is benefiting is the farmer, the local farmer. So this is the one that our leaders should encourage and project it to a higher level where everybody should be benefiting. The economies should get something from it. Yes.
Okay. Coming to the issue of tourism, Your Excellency. Tourism has been in Malawi. How has this been achieved, and what lessons can be drawn by other SADC member countries?
Yeah, tourism is going on well in the region, but the same, what we are lacking is integration. What I would wish to see is my leaders to encourage that if a visitor comes to Zimbabwe, he's also a visitor to Malawi. If a visitor comes to Big Four, should we extend his visit to Lake Malawi? If a visitor comes to Lake Malawi, should we extend his visit to Big Four? This is what we need as a region. It should be a regional tourism package, not for a country. And because actually the essence of having SADC was to have a shared vision. And the only way we can share our vision is by sharing activities and sharing our strategies and plans.
Yes. And we move to the issue of cultural excellence. Malawi has contributed so much to the culture of the SADC region. How important is this in terms of integration?
The importance of culture is also another. As I've already said, that we have over 6 million Malawians here, first generation, second generation, I don't know. Now you are maybe you are fourth or fifth generation. So we share the same culture. We share the same culture. Their culture that was brought to Malawi and inculcated the people here. I've seen in one of your arts competitions, like this what? Yes. Figures used to take the center stage. Yeah, that one is good in Malawi. It's one of the biggest cultural activity that you will ever see in the region. Fortunately, we share that one also in every week. Annually, we have that festival amongst Malawi, Zambia, and Malawi. We meet in Zambia, a place called Inkai. That's where our heritage is. So the issue of culture cannot be overemphasized. We need it, and because we have already reintegrated, we have integrated. So we need to share our cultures. And fortunately enough, there's a program, and maybe you have never followed the rules of this program and see how it is benefiting the country and the region per se. Dr. Auxiliary introduced this gastronomy issue. The idea of gastronomy issue is let's go back to the roots and eat our indigenous food. And like me, when I heard it for the first time, I was so excited. I said, wow, so people can think and sit down and think about this. I made sure I attended that one because I felt it was very, very important. It is also part of culture, at the same time it's part of tourism. These things that we're suffering from now, like droughts and the like, you know, when you call drought in the region, we're talking about maize. Are we talking about millets? No small grains. And small grains are all indigenous food. And this is what I'm trying to look at. And I'm happy now that the region is now understanding the concept. The region is understanding the concept. So this is what we need to do. Yes.
You mentioned something about the gastronomy issue. Zimbabwe is not yet hosting the UN regional conference on gastronomy.
benefit of the whole Southern African region, but I think in particular it's a beneficial to Malawi because we are sending a very high delegation to this meeting. First Minister of Tourism will be here, and I'm delighted to announce before our First Lady announces her coming, she's also coming to participate in this. So you can see how important it is to us as Malawians. We understand the concept, we borrowed the concept, we have tested it, and we have seen it's feasible and it's viable. Yes.
Thank you, Excellency. Maybe lastly, there's this issue of industrialization. The reason why the SADC region is lagging behind is probably the level of industrialization. How can the issue be pushed at regional level of the Southern African region?
Yes, thank you so much for that. My president, His Excellency Dr. Latas Chakwera, one of his key development issues that he looked at is industrialization. You know, there was a point that in the region, companies were folding up. And the starting of the folding up, we haven't managed as a region to revive those industries. As a result, that's why we're having problems now to sell our products amongst our own selves, because we don't have industries in place right now. And my president in Malawi is of the opinion that this should be our priority. Revigorate, refurbish the factories, let them start doing something for the people of Malawi and the region. I can give you one good example. We grow a lot of cotton. Zimbabwe grows a lot of cotton. But we have got only one textile company in Malawi for 18 million. And this is David White and Sons. And because of this, that's why now you see that second-hand clothes business is thriving in the region. Because we are not producing. So industrialization we cannot run away from it. We need to produce. From producing, we need to sell. From selling, we need infrastructure development in the region.
Okay, it's still on that issue of integration and excellence. We have the African Continental Free Trade Area. How are we going to harness remain in that after issue for the benefit of the Southern African region? How is this going to be integrated into the region?
All right. I think I will jump into COMESA. COMESA is already strong organization. The only thing that is lagging behind now, as we are saying, the same animal called industrialization is still haunting us. The mechanism for free trade is there, but we are not balancing when it comes to industrialization, production. There are some countries who are still not producing anything up to now because the industries that were said were folded up and were closed. So it is my wish that if the leaders meet in such summit, these should be some of their priority areas to look into and review their strategies. If we are failing to revive our industry, let's look into how can we revive these industries. We know investors will come, but investors will only come if they know that something will benefit. But in the absence of them not benefiting, then why can't we as regional people start to do these industries so that it benefits us? Because we are lacking beneficiation for our products and the value added. If you add value add, we add value to our products and there's beneficiation of our say minerals and the like, I think the region is bound to go be great. We have everything in the region. Nice rivers, vast fresh water in the region. We miss nothing. But what we need is to put our strategies into action. The operationalization of our strategies is the one that our leaders should be emphasizing on is that we have strategies in place. Let them work, and it will work.
Thank you, Excellency. Maybe in parting shots, what are your expectations from the SADC summit and the SADC period beyond?
Our expectations, like anybody else, are huge. It's just huge because looking at from the preparation alone, you can see how even us, we are thinking. This is not something that we should take it for granted. This is a big summit. We are talking of 16 heads of states and governments meeting. Where heads like those are meeting, we should expect production. We should expect something important to come out of that place. And like me, if I was given a chance to say, what do you want the leaders to discuss? I would say, first of course, we are already in a calamity. Definitely, I will start with this wanting hunger in the region, this El Nino phenomenon. How are we going to tackle it? And next, I will definitely go for industrialization. Third, I will go to infrastructure development. Because infrastructure development should be a coordinated issue. You can have good roads in Zimbabwe. They should not end at the border. They should proceed with the other area. In that way, there is no activity. So that's why as I was saying, that in some areas in the region, you can reach a place and say, what are we doing? Let's do something. If the roads were like, if you develop a road from here, you see, like me when I'm going to Malawi, I use the Idim Nangago road. I expect to have the same type of texture up to my last destination. And this is what the leaders should focus on. If we cannot develop all the roads, but develop the main ones. We have N1, M1, and so on and so forth. Develop those ones, those corridors. I can give you a good example. Malawi, we have got 3 corridors in Malawi. We call it Northern Corridor that goes to Dar es Salaam. This is not supported by any, it's only the road network. No rail, just road network. We have the Beira Corridor. This is connectivity is double. There is rail and road. We have Nakala Corridor, it's only rail. This should not be the way. If we are having a corridor must have at least an alternative route. Which means if you have a road, it must have at least a rail line. If you don't have rail line, it must be connected maybe by air. So this is what I should expect our leaders to be discussing. And it also is restrictions in doing our, because the free trade area is there, but it's not free. It's free on paper, but it's not free on the ground to the people that are supposed to be benefiting from the free trade area. Restrictions are still intact in the region, which if it was me, I would have requested my leaders to discuss some of those, because those are hindering development. Those small obstacles that are not seen by the leaders are the ones that hinder development. Yes.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. That's all we can tell you. Thank you for affording us this opportunity to speak to you. So what is the Kono family?
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I hope you don't come again, eh?
Thank you.
We are done until after
After
Saturday.
starting.